So some of you probably don't know that I actually live with Mike Mentzer, not just train with him. So I have a little story for you guys. Check it out. What's up? Let's talk about the 90s. Mike Mentzer. Me living with Mike. Okay, so, let me think back. I'm not sure exactly about the year and all that, but I'm thinking like 95, I think. About 95, 96. Reason why I remember that is because, sort of remember that, is I was going through a marriage, and I was actually going to the end of the marriage. And Mike helped me in that decision tremendously. Um, I was in a marriage with the wrong person. Um, and I don't want to get too many details about that situation, but I was basically drawn to Mike's philosophy and through Mike's ideas a lot, not just in regards to training, but also in the philosophy of what he was really, was really into and very deep into, which is the philosophy of objectivism by Ayn Rand. So Mike more and more influenced me on that positively, and the more I learned from him in regards to that philosophy, the more I rejected my state of beliefs, which was more based on faith and religion and all that other stuff. But I don't want to get too deep into that. I just want to say that he really influenced me quite a lot during that time. And while being in that marriage, um, the ultimatum was pretty much you're either going to believe in unicorns or you get the fuck out. Now, I was I came to a crossroad where I was actually homeless. I was actually kicked out onto the beach in Venice, and I was living on the beach for a little bit. Not many weeks or so, but maybe like 2 weeks or so. I was living on the beach, and I was still training with Mentzer, as much as I could afford it, but I was living on the beach. Mike knew about that. Mike found out about that, and he sort of asked me, what am I doing? Why why am I living on the beach? It's like, well, I don't have enough money to afford a place yet right now, and I just want to save some money, whatever, do what I get to do. I can always take a shower at Gold's in Venice. But Mike was like, no, man, it's not gonna, we need to get you back on track, right? So he took me and he said to me, look, well, he said to me, you help me out with all the stuff that I have to send out, all the heavy duty material, the books, his audio tapes, and you kind of like help me with some of the consultations that I do over the phone, and you can live in my couch. But that definitely beats the beach in Venice, even if it's nice and um, it's nice out there. Obviously, I mean, I enjoyed it back in those days, back in my youth. Now of course I would never do that. But he said to me that now we're not gonna have you live on the beach, man. You got to be a pro bodybuilder. You got to be the best. So I'm gonna help you out. Live on the couch and just do the little chores for me and all that. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I moved in. Well, moved in. I moved on the couch, and I helped him. I helped him daily, and I did a lot of errands with him and for him, which is mostly stuff that had to do with the post office. Weighing all the material and getting it to the post office that he sent out. There was a lot of mailing going on, a lot of mailing, and this is actually when I met Joanne Sharkey for the first time. Um, and for some of you might know that she was the secretary for Mike Mentzer back in the 90s, and before that, I think, as far as I can remember, um, she, for some, whatever reason, never really liked me. I don't know why. Um, I was just, you know, I was just doing my job. Whatever he told me to do, I did, and I thought I did the best of it. And sometimes I would come in and I had a few books that I was missing that, he forgot to tell me, give me. I pretty much always get the beating for him, so to speak. And she was not a very nice person, honestly. And I know she passed away, and I don't want to speak ill of the death, but the truth is that that's what happened, and it was just a very, very miserable time having to go and deal with her. But it was great with Mike. I mean, Mike was a great host, so to speak. He really helped me out, and there's some more stories I have, of course. But I wanted to just do like a short little intro of you know of me living there. As far as I remember, um, that's how I kind of like stayed with him for a while. And then Mike was like wanted to get back to training, and actually not just just training anybody, but training himself. And so we started working out together for a couple of times, which a lot of people might not know is that I actually worked out with him. Um, Now I can count up to maybe 8 or 10 workouts that I did, and then eventually he just he gave up because there was a lot of things going on with his body. There was a lot of physical issues that he had, starting with his neck and his elbows and his triceps. Um, that kind of like permitted him from doing any kind of workouts, anything more than. And he was very disappointed when he was doing certain exercises with me because he was so weak, and he think he just kind of gave up on it. Doesn't sound like him, I know, but that's the truth, and that's what happened. So yeah, well, that's one story. So now y'all know how I lived with him. And oh, very important. If it wouldn't have been for Mike and his advice on getting myself back on my feet and believing in who I am and what I can do and what I'm capable of, especially with using my own rational mind and moving forward in the direction that I want to go, then I wouldn't be here right now, I think. I think that just alone that influence really made me who I am today. I I cannot I cannot express how much grateful I am for this, how much incredible directional, like, not just, I'm not talking about working out, I'm not talking about high intensity training or heavy duty training. Sure, that's all great, but it's the way he thought. He made me believe that I can believe in myself and I can do anything I want to do if I put my mind to it. The same thing goes for you. Remember that. If you like this video, click the like and subscribe button. And I got some more stories coming soon. Have a good night. Hope you guys like this lighting, because I figured I want to do something like more deeper, darker, and more sinister. No? Yes? Put in the comment below, comment box below, and let me know. But let's stick with it for now. I